5th of July 2019, it's going to be very liberating moment for you, very important moment for you, very significant moment for you when it comes to you, my gorgeous Gemini, indeed, because it's all about you making your point. It's all about you starting something very, very important here, something very significant here, and this is all due to certain things and certain points, you know, that you were paying attention to, and especially in the last or within the last 11 months, this 5th of July is going to be very important. It is going to be a very liberating moment, as I said, because on one hand there is going to be, you're going to have like a really powerful realization, and you are on one hand going to be able to prove something very important to yourself, but also there is somebody else who you're going to be able to prove something that you wanted to prove from a while back, indeed. And this particular day in itself, it's just going to be all about you being feeling very optimistic, you having the whole new initiative which is about to manifest in your life on this particular day, or by the end of this particular day. It is all about your own power. It is all about your own energy. It is all about your own creativity that is going to be super, super, super enhanced here. So what you need to do, my beautiful Gemini, you basically need to make sure that you follow your bliss, make sure that you don't forget who you are, and make sure that you're doing things that you always wanted to do, and make sure that you are like as creative as possible, as open-minded as possible, as adventurous as possible, because what is actually going to happen by the end of the day? By the end of the day, something absolutely life-changing is going to happen, something absolutely life-changing is going to unfold. But let me tell you, my gorgeous Gemini, it is going to be just the beginning, but this is just going to be like a very strong emotional feeling that you are going to have, because you will be able to kind of concentrate on the certain part of your life, on a certain side of your life that you didn't concentrate in a really long time, you didn't shed a light on it in a really long time. But this is purely because you have been so busy, there was so much going on in Gemini's life. I noticed for the fact, you know, and also, you know, within the last 36 months there's so much have been happening in Gemini's life, and that's why I'm saying that this is just going to be really powerful moment, really significant moment, and it's most certainly going to be the new beginning. By the end of the 5th of July, by the end of that day, there's a whole new beginning that it's actually going to unfold for you, and it is going to be brilliant. And what else is going to happen? You're going to need to be really, really wise, because you are going to make a decision. And decision that you are going to make, you can only make at this moment in time, because now your spiritual journey is reaching a very important point. That important point that your spiritual journey is reaching is, on another hand, making you feel super wise, and it's going to make you really, really wise, very psychic on this day, indeed. And there is a certain judgment that you are going to make. There is a certain wisdom. There is a certain judgment that you're going to make. You're going to need to make a certain judgment by the end of this day, and you will do this in your mind. You will do this while you're thinking. Just remember, while you're going through this very important stage in your life, you're also like having the very strong power of thought. So the very strong manifestation is going to be there right at that moment, right at that time. So there is also, the bottom line is that you are going to make a very important decision before the end of that particular day, and the decision that you are going to make, it is just going to be very, very wise, and you are going to be showered at the same time, at the same time with a sacred energy as well. So you're going to be very wise. Your focus is going to be like a very super crystal clear. It's going to be very, very significant day indeed. Okay, and now it is just the beginning of something very special. It is just the beginning of something very significant when it comes to you planting a seed. It is also going to be highly fertile day, highly fertile ground when it comes to your spiritual seed. So this is what I'm saying, is the power of your manifestation is going to be very strong. This is the card that is telling you that you need to think, you need to think, and you need to think, and you need to focus, and be try to be as relaxed as possible, try to be as grounded as possible, because whatever you do on this particular day, it is going to be the continuation of that later on, but this is going to be just the beginning. So this day is going to be an amazing day. Whatever you do, it is just going to come out in thousands of yourself more, because you are going to work with this beautiful, powerful and rather vibrational energy. So anything new you want to do, anything new you want to start, any negotiations or anything like that on this day, just do it, because the power of the universe is going to be on your side, and so you will go with this powerful vibration, which is going to give you so much more than you would normally actually have. Okay? Sorry. My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Gemini, and it's for July 2019. So it's for you, my gorgeous Gemini, and it's for July 2019. You do really certainly have so much to look forward to. It is going to be ridiculously busy month, but it's going to be good busy, because at the same time you will be rediscovering yourself as well, and there are going to be realizations that you're going to have that are just going to kind of open your eyes towards like new options. Now, when it comes to the actual number, your number this month, it's actually number 7. I mean, what do I say? Your number is 7 this month, and now we are in July. Hello, my babies. You're always in tune. Gemini, you're always in tune, of course. So you've got double 7, which means that now you even have a synchronicity. So now basically you need to make sure that you are kind of like try to remember your dreams, and also try to watch for the synchronicities throughout this month. Very important for you, my Gemini babies, to watch for any synchronicities so throughout the actual month. So every time you see like let's say the time 11:11, let's say 11:11, just at the very that moment in time, you need to realize what you were thinking about at around the time, because at the moment this is going to be the time when you are going to be getting your spiritual messages from all over the place. It's absolutely beautiful. You will be getting spiritual messages from the spirit world, from the people that have passed away, that actually known you, but also you'll be getting spiritual messages from the people that don't know you. Very, very important moment in time. Number 7 also means that there is somebody who is unfortunately somebody who was a little bit ingenuine, you know, that is just going to little hidden, little snaky. It's going to kind of become known to you, but it is just something that is not going to too much surprise you, and also you will be kind of prepared in a certain way, so it doesn't really matter, but most certainly this is just part of your spiritual journey, and it's going to be very important. Number 7 also means that an important message is going to arrive, and also number 7 means that the financial situation is going to have a big turning point, and a very, very important efforts, you know, the results of a very important efforts are nearly due, and that is just going to be so important. And on another hand, this is all about the new beginning. This is all about your creation. This is all about your creativity. If there is any month that you're going to be creative, my beautiful Geminis, now this is the one. This is the one you need to throw yourself in. This is the sea that you need to jump in. This is the water you need to go in and learn how to swim if you don't know how to swim yet. This is going to be an important time for you. Important time indeed. Just remember that number 7 also means that there is an unusual situation that is going to happen this week. An unusual situation that is going to happen this week. It's also going to make you react in a really weird way. But that in itself, it's going to become really beautiful little butterfly, because it's going to help you to express yourself in a certain way, and that later on is just going to be something that you're going to realize something really important about yourself. Okay, when it comes to the actual health, my beautiful Geminis, now when it comes to the actual health, you're exactly the same. What I'm going to say, like the other sign that I've just read, it's basically, it is to do a lot with like a little bit of like a immune system. Yeah, your immune system is just going to be a little bit low, which is just nothing unusual, but it's just the basic. It happens every now and then. You know, it's like more like a cold and flu type of thing, you know. So you're just going to need to make sure, please do this for me, because you will have the combination of like immune system, which is going to be like a little bit low, like a cold and flu, a little bit of symptoms like a head, you know, and things like that, throat and things like that. And on another hand, it is going to be just a little tiny bit stressful month, but you know, don't get like, oh, no stress like crazy, you know, like no, it's just basically it's the month where stress is normal. It's a normal feeling, it's a normal reaction, and most of the time, you know, stress is actually helping us to do things really well. If we didn't get stressed, then we wouldn't be as good, for example. So it is going to be like a tiny little bit of baby stress that you're going to be going through, and that's why I'm highly suggesting you to get acerola cherry powder. Acerola, you know, I spoke about it, you know, I like my nutritional supplements, and you know, I like my vitamins and and all that, healthy food, and whichever supplement I recommend, I've either tried or I'm taking it at the moment. So every single supplement that I recommend, I've tried basically. I'm taking it. So acerola cherry powder is absolutely mind-blowing. It's a natural form of vitamin C. Stay away from a chemical form of vitamin C. Stay away from ascorbic acid. They make ascorbic acid, which is like chemical, and they say, oh yeah, it's vitamin C, and then you go to the health shop and then you buy this vitamin C, natural vitamin C, as if, you know, and then you look at the ingredients and say, free from this, free from that, free from this, free from that, but it's made from the bloody chemical, you know. That's why I'm saying ascorbic acid, no. You need a vitamin C acerola cherry powder, organic acerola cherry powder, which is going to give you 1080 milligrams of vitamin C just with 1 little teaspoon. But it's all, if you take it every single morning, it's so rejuvenating, it's wonderful. And on another hand, it just has got like a certain amount of B vitamins as well. And this combination of C and B is going to help you. Vitamin C for rejuvenation and B vitamins for like a stress and things like that. It's just absolutely perfect. So acerola cherry powder, make sure it's without any horrible ingredients, make sure it's 100% natural, and make sure it's organic, please. Okie dokie. Now basically going on the first date that I want to make sure that you know that it's going to be quite important. It's actually going to be the very first day of July. The very first day of July, you're entering a whole new dimension, and it is just going to start with you feeling really unusual, but in a good way. But you're feeling really busy, you know, you're feeling like a part of the unusual in a good way, like a part of the slightly different dimension. You know, you're able to feel this because you're sensitive as well when it comes to these things normally. So there is going to be like a certain distraction that you are going to have. Something is going to happen on this day. It's going to kind of take a little bit of your attention, but it's just going to surprise you because it's just something that you wouldn't do, something that you wouldn't normally notice. Now this is really interesting situation because it's going to make you feel uneasy in a way, but you know what? It's just going to give you an important realization that is just going to kind of confuse you a little bit, because that is just going to kind of ruffle the feathers when it comes to the certain energy levels, you know, and when it comes to you. And that in itself is just going to be so good because it's going to bring you the whole new hope. It's going to bring you the whole new faith and inspiration. And you know what, my babies, some certain project is going to start here. Certain project is going to become very evident, you know, and at the same time, please watch for the omen, my babies. Something to do with the cat, something to do with the cat, you know, and something to do with a specific cat color, you know, and you need to make sure that you always, what I say, you know, it depends what the cat is doing, how the cat is acting, how the cat is, like what the cat is trying to let you know, and also try to think it around the time, what were you thinking about and how this cat can come together. It in itself is just bringing you good luck, and it's bringing you like a really important spirit message. But at around the time you see the cat, you will know you need to pay attention to what you're thinking about, because that is going to become a very important part of your journey, part of your spiritual journey. So watch for the little kitty, okay? Let's see, it's hidden, like watching you here already watching you, look. Oh gosh. Okay, so basically, yeah, but it's gonna be a good day, and that in itself is just gonna be so good for you because it's gonna make you like really optimistic, you see. On another hand, you know what, I like this. Oh my god, this day is just so good, my lord, this day is so good. It's all about recognition. There is an important recognition that you are going to have. Those of you that are working, this is going to be like ooh la la. Those of you that are looking for work, this is work. This is going to be an important day to just keep on applying and keep on applying and keep on applying, but just on this particular day as much as you can. And also for those of you that are actually having a private businesses, you work for yourself, this is also going to be an amazing day. It's really super busy, and your own personal recognition is going to become evident. For those of you that are retired and you don't need to look for work, this is also going to be an important day when something very special is going to happen and unfold, and you're going to like it because you were really hoping for this time to unfold and this time to start. And important to say yes when you're asked something on this day, but also on another hand, certain particular spiritual journey when it comes to the actual trip to go away, it's going to become evident. Anything you book on this day to go away, even if you go a year after, it's going to be sacred, and by the time you come back. You will come back with a certain idea that is going to be really good, but it's got so much to do with your personal journey. Okay, so now when we are like having a very spiritual, highly spiritual time, I highly suggest you to wear like something like a lapis lazuli. You know this, baby. This is a stone of an ancient Egypt. It's very, 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 very significant when it comes to like us being connected to the spirit world, to our spirit guides, and also at the same time it's just helping us to recognize these particular messages when we are in this mode, when our third psychic eyes are enhanced, which is going to happen to you throughout July because you've got 7. So that's why I'm saying to get like a lapis lazuli, wear this throughout July. It's going to help you to recognize the spiritual messages. This is actually comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. And by buying this, you're also supporting my channel, of course. Now, the second important date, my God, listen to this. The second important date, it's actually the 13th of July. Now, the 13th of July, it's going to bring you like a very surprising situation. And the surprising situation, it's also going to be really good because it is just going to be like something, it's going to start unfolding a little bit sooner than what you expected. And that's really good. And that is going to be the part of the surprise because some very important transition is going to take place on this day. Okay, and that it's all about your own things that are getting on your nerves and things that you wanted to change. Now they're going to become evident, and also it is just going to be very evident that you're going to need to make a certain sacrifice in order to move on with your life. And this is so good because it's all about a certain edit, all about certain readjustment, which is going to lead towards towards your own regeneration and rebirth, indeed. And now this is going to be the force that is going to be very significant for you. It's going to be very balancing as well. Sorry, I had a little stretch here. A little balanced force is going to be, this is going to result in balanced force, which is absolutely brilliant. And it's also certain tact is going to become very evident, you know, certain realization. You just need to carry on slightly longer. You're going to be absolutely fine. Something is going to become evident, and it's so this is going to be so important for you. But the bottom line is just for you to carry on. Okay, now what else I was going to say, that the 13th of July is going to bring a big change when it comes to home. Something which you were worrying about, certain family members, certain situation, you know, certain problem that was really making you feel uncomfortable, it's coming to an end. On another hand, it's also going to be the big change, you know, that you will have when it comes to your home, because you will want to kind of focus on it, you will want to make a certain changes, and now this is also going to be the best time to do it as well, or to make certain plans, you know, to make certain necessary changes. The third important date that I was going to say to you, it's actually going to be on the 26th of July. Now, the 26th of July, it is just going to be like a little bit of, you see, you will be a little tiny bit disappointed with a certain person around you, tiny bit, a little bit disappointed with a certain person in your life, because you will not be able to understand maybe why they did something that they did, why did they react the way that they reacted, and it's to do with a certain conquest, or it's to do with like a certain defeat. And you just gonna, that is just gonna kind of put your mind off a little bit certain things, but it is just gonna kind of make you wonder, how can people be in a certain way, why are people in a certain way? It's going to be very interesting, because you are at the same time going to find out something that is just going to surprise you a little bit as well. On another hand, you see, it is just all about the actual adjustment, and it's all about the good influence. What you also need to do, my beautiful Gemini, you need to pay attention on the 26th of July, who is actually really influencing you, who is making you feel vavavumish, who is making you feel like really good, who is making you feel better, who is motivating you. See, they're coming to get me. Sorry! They're coming to get me. As usual. Okay, anyway, yeah. So basically, yeah, they're going to try to motivate you, and basically it's sorry, what I was going to say. This particular person whom you're gonna feel like so much like influence, there's going to be the particular person who's going to be absolutely fantastic influence for you, because it's going to this person is coming in sacredly, like with a sacred power, with a sacred energy, which means that you are going to be able to learn on your spiritual journey quite a lot through this person's karma. So you need to see, basically the bottom line is, you need to see who is like motivating you, who is inspiring you, who is really inspiring you on the 26th of July. And that's the right person, because you're going to find out something very important about yourself through this person. Very, very good. But also at the same time, this person is going to help you to make a certain adjustment. Okay, and it's a lot to do with a certain generosity, positivity, optimistic time, and also 26th of July, it's going to bring like a certain materialistic gain. Okay, and that's going to be quite good, because it's just something that you wanted, something that you were waiting for, and something that you were hoping for. So you're not going to be that surprised about this one. Okay, so now going on the first part of July 2019, you see it's the very first week of July that things are going to start changing. This is most certainly going to see more of them. One car to pick me up, it's not enough. I'm joking. Oh God, I'm joking. Sorry, I've got a little bit of something. So there is going to be like a turning point that you are going to have, and right at the beginning of July, and it's going to be so good. Very deep spiritual feeling. When I say this, you will just kind of start feeling very optimistic, very happy, very excited, and also you're going to feel drawn to the certain spiritual teacher, to the certain guru, to the certain person that you really look up to. There is a very important message that you're going to get through the certain spiritual guru or certain spiritual person that you really look up to, and that message is going to really help you a lot to deal with some not really nice person who is trying to have a certain control, but in a really bad way. So that person, through that spiritual person, you're going to be able to kind of pinpoint the situation, and you're going to be also be able to do something very important, very significant. But it's going to come through this actual advice that you're going to be able to get this. Also, there is going to be an escape that is going to be very important, and that escape that I'm saying is just going to be absolutely brilliant time to actually go for a couple of days somewhere. It's easy for me to say, but if you are able, it would be absolutely fantastic, because you're going to need just a little bit of grounding or a little bit of meditation. Or if you can't go away for a couple of days, then at least try to go to the forest somewhere and try to connect, sit somewhere next to the tree, try to find out the tree. It doesn't have to be forest, it can be in park somewhere or somewhere in the nature. Maybe you have a large garden if you're lucky, if you can find a certain particular tree, see which tree do you feel drawn to. So you don't have to go away maybe for a week, but if you just go to ground yourself by finding a tree, the tree which is calling you, the tree which is the one that you feel drawn to, the one that is the nicest, that's the tree you need to sit next to. And once you sit next to this particular tree, you just need to relax a little bit, just meditate for a while, ground yourself by touching the actual ground. And then if you can get up and then just touch the tree with your hands, with the palms of your hands, and just feel the power, feel the energy, let it all go through you, and then return it all back to the tree. And you do this, you just imagine this beautiful, beautiful energy. As you're imagining it, you're creating it, you're doing it, you're living it, you're making yourself feeling better. This is something that I highly recommend, and that is just going to bring you really wonderful information. Information is going to travel to you through this at some point, and you're going to realize any problem that you had, or anything that was really bothering you for a while, the worst is really over, which is really good. When it comes to the certain burden, certain burden problem that was annoying is coming to an end, and that was worrying you a little bit, and it's to do with you, your feeling, your emotions, a certain loss, and now the security and power, it's going to come through, and you're going to start feeling very, very solid at this point, indeed. By the time you get to the second part of July 2019, what I like is here, it's actually that you need to kind of there is some kind of synchronicity that is going to become very significant, but it's also going to come to an end. Synchronicity with somebody else is going to come to an end, but that in itself is going to be a good moment for you, because it is going to become like the end of your spiritual journey with that particular person. And abandonment is going to be very significant, but in itself itself, this is going to be a good time, because you at the same time are going to grow beautiful little butterfly wings, which means that this is a very important moment in time. It's going to make you free, it's going to make you happy, and most certainly karma with something or somebody else that just slowly came to an end. Now that in itself is just going to become straight away, almost immediately, an adventure, and an adventure that mini adventure that you are going to have the mid-July is just going to start with a daring situation. Some situation is going to arise that is going to make you to react in a certain way. You're going to think like, wow, I was really brave, and that in itself, and I was really assertive. Normally you will lose this assertiveness, and now that in itself is just going to be so good, because it's going to bring you balance like there is no tomorrow, and that in itself is also going to kind of make you indecisive about a couple of things in your life, but they are good. Sorry about this, they're good. So busy, it's ridiculous. Sorry. This indecisiveness, it's going to kind of make you feel really, really good, because both of these things that are connected to this are just going to be most certainly good, and most certainly a new stepping stone that is just going to be the whole new beginning in your life. The third part of July 2019, it is all about you and your homecoming time, and it's all about you realizing it's so good, because on one hand you're going to be able to do something really good when it comes to you, and when it comes to your family, when it comes to people around, you're going to do something so good for them. For relationships, it's going to be brilliant, social relationships and things like that. At the end of July, it's going to be like all around the place in a good way. But there is also something very important going to happen. The big wish, it's going to come through forward, big dream, something that you waited for a while when it comes to your own practicality and security. And that in itself is also just going to become a new starting point. So at the end of July, it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing for you. New starting point, a brand new prospect, a brand new idea, a brand new realization, a brand new beginning. It is all going to be here. It's just so good. But at the same time, you're going to feel very adventurous, very happy, and you will also at the same time, you will have a lucky energy. There's going to be a lucky, ridiculously positive and powerful energy that you're going to be showered with right at the end of July 2019. Fantastic. And also when it comes to apprenticeships, this is a very important moment in time. At the end of July, you just have to remember to stay committed to the task at hand. Very important indeed. Stay committed to the task at hand, because it is just something very good, mind-blowing. It's actually going to happen. And when it comes to your certain possession, a very positive outcome, or a very positive experience, or very positive realization that you're actually going to have. Okay, this is just going to be so important, and most certainly the new starting point, and I really like it. I highly suggest you to get like a carnelian. Look at this beautiful, gorgeous carnelian. Carnelian is not only gorgeous, but it's just going to help you to ground yourself in such a way when you are talking to people, negotiating and talking to people that you are not feeling too good to talk to, or like when you're going through stressful situations. I highly recommend a carnelian, because it's going to help you with conversation, with explaining things, with explaining yourself, with explaining things that you want to say, and also it's going to help you a lot in between you and other people that you maybe find a little bit difficult to talk to normally, which is going to happen a couple of times this month. You said that's why I'm saying to get like a carnelian. This beautiful pendant comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying these crystals, you're also supporting my channel, of course. Okay, so now I'm, oh gosh. Now I'm going to now I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to connect to those of you gorgeous Geminis that are actually in relationship. You see, those of you that are in relationship, this is going to be an interesting month indeed. It looks like you're both going to be really busy, and it looks like a lot is going to be happening, but it also looks like there are going to be a couple of decisions that you're both going to need to make. They're going to be two very important decisions that you're going to make this month as well. And these decisions are going to be very significant, because they're going to reflect on the moment in your life that you didn't like, and they're going to reflect on those things, in your relationships that you're unhappy with. It looks like, that this month is going to be very important turning point, when it comes to things that are getting on your nerves, and when it comes to things that you have been unhappy with. But there is a particular situation that you will want to discuss. Let let me tell you something, and I will be completely honest. You're going to need to sort this out. You're going to need to talk about things that you didn't come to an end with. Like, you're going to need to talk about things that you didn't discuss, that you didn't resolve, because unresolved situation is going to come through. It's going to come to the surface, and you're going to need to do this because this is something that is making you both feeling a little bit unsatisfied, which means that you are not able to maybe fully be happy or completely be happy until you sort this out. As soon as you sit down and as soon as you thought to sort this out, this is automatically going to have a wonderful impact on your relationship indeed, and it's automatically going to kind of make you both creative. So your creativity when it comes to you as a couple was affected because of this. So the problem is going to kind of come to an end, which is the bottom line here, which is going to be good anyway. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to connect to those of you, my beautiful Geminis, that are single and ready to mingle. Most certainly this month you will feel like almost reborn when it comes to your own sexuality, when it comes to your own radiance, when it comes to you feeling good, when it comes to you like loving yourself, and you like flirting a lot, and you liking it. I can see that you're gonna like yourself a lot, which is good. You know, you can't love other people if you don't love yourself. I'm not saying that you don't love yourself normally, but I'm just saying that this is going to be, you're going to like the fact when people are going to flirt, you know, and things like that. I mean, who doesn't, I suppose? But you see, it's just someone in particular is just going to kind of become the part of the scenario here, and you're going to be like, I want that one. You know, you will really find somebody that is just going to be very intriguing when it comes to you. Somebody very powerful, somebody very significant, somebody with a really significant balance of being very sincere and very soft and very gentle, but on another hand, like ooh la la, proper maybe like a business type person, somebody who's like a really smart, really clever, you know, like somebody who does things like really quickly, and somebody who's making decisions, you know. But it's just like, I'm saying that you are actually going to the way this month is going to start is going to be really strange, because it is unfortunately somebody from the past is going to try to like kind of be the part of the scenario. Not that they will necessarily try to come back into your life, but you will just kind of be having this person in your mind. You're going to need to forgive and forget something when it comes to somebody from the past. It's very interesting because that person will be the part of your mind. That's what I'm saying. So you're going to need to kind of like forgive something again, and that is just going to be the moment that is going to be very tricky for you, and it's going to require from you to do something brave, going to require to use a certain spiritual capacity in order to get there. And then this particular person is going to come through, then this particular person is going to come forward. It is going to be very important months when it comes to like a social relationships, but it's also, I'm so super clumsy today. It is going to be an important month when it comes to those relationships. You see, your relationships in general, especially at the end of the month. But I'm telling you, like, this is going to be so powerful, because here you've got a little magician, which means that at the same time you're going to find out something very specific and very particular about yourself. It is going to be very good day when it, very good months when it comes to praising, very good months when it comes to like work, very good months when it comes to career, very good months when you're going to kind of praise yourself and like it, but you're also going to find out a certain trail about yourself, certain skill about yourself, but also you're going to find out an interesting realization, who you like, who you fancy. So this is also going to be somebody who's going to be slightly different, somebody who's going to be slightly unusual, but not in a bad way unusual. You see, I like the word unusual, but yeah, somebody who's like basically just a little bit different to what you normally would go for. You would fancy them, but you wouldn't normally go for them. So this is what this magician moment is going to bring you. On another hand, prepare for something very special. Prepare for something very significant. This person is going to be so different to you in so many different ways, but then again, in so many ways, but then again, this person is going to be the most similar and the best person for you ever. Prepare to be swept off your feet. You are going to meet somebody this month, and this person is going to be super significant for you later on. Wow. Just go out and talk to as many people as you can, my babies, because this person is coming. Okay, my gorgeous, my beautiful, my ever so precious Gemini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love you all to bits. I'm sending you brightest blessing, healing, love and light. Okay, my gorgeous Gemini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.